Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? SkyZone Beluxy at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. SkyZone Beluxy truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at SkyZone Beluxy.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshee Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshee Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit FosheeResidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport. Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Benvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Benvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome Al Roti to the panel here on Breaker Banter episode 31. Al, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So, Al, as I like to open up every show, we like to go back to the roots, of course. Tell us how your hockey journey began growing up in the Chicago area, and who were your early mentors?
Absolutely. So, growing up in Chicago, hockey's obviously a pretty prevalent sport. I grew up just probably like most kids, just playing a lot of different sports. My first sport was actually wrestling. My dad put me in wrestling, make sure I can defend myself. That was the reasoning behind that. Got into hockey, did a little bit of baseball, a little bit of soccer. I naturally took a liking to hockey, and I had the support from my parents to let me continue to play the game. So early mentors, I'd say my father is definitely the most influential mentor I had as a kid. Alongside my Mike coach, Rocky Saginaw, he was a very big mentor of mine. He really, inspired my love for the game at a young age, made it very fun to play, and to this day, someone that I think of when I think of mentors.
Awesome. And what was your favorite NHL team or player growing up that you admired or wanted to be like?
Definitely the Chicago Blackhawks and superstar Patrick Kane. He was always the man when I was a kid. So Showtime.
Living so close to a major city, you mentioned the Chicago Blackhawks, of course, an original 6 team, so it's one of those franchises that hockey just seems to riddle throughout the community. How accessible was hockey? Because in these southern states, you don't see it too often, but living up in Chicago, colder climate, original 6th town, how accessible was it, and how many opportunities did you have to play from a young age?
Definitely very accessible. It's more of an expensive sport, but there's a lot of rinks around, so that question makes me think when I was a kid, hockey was accessible, but only for like practices with youth teams. But free skate was always accessible every single day. You can go to a rink and go on the ice and do open skate. And I loved to go to open skate. When I was a kid, I was maybe like 6 or 7 to 10. I'd beg my parents to let me go to open skate, and they dropped me off at the rink for 3-4 hours, and I would just buzz around there with all my hockey gear on, going full speed for 4 hours. And to this day, I think that's what accredited some of my skating ability, to be honest. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty accessible in major cities. It's there's opportunities to play for sure.
And you mentioned you already had plenty of other hobbies and sports you were involved in growing up. So then we get you to high school, 2017 to 2020. You attended Culver Military Academy, and you played varsity B, varsity A, followed by playing for their prep team right before COVID. But you were rising the ranks as you got older. 70 games played across those handful of teams. 12 goals, 17 assists, according to Elite Prospects. So don't bind us to those numbers. But how would you say attending a military school affected your discipline going there for high school?
You know, I grew up a fairly disciplined kid, but military school is a whole nother animal. So I'd wake up at Culver Academy, and I'd have to sweep my room.
Trumpets and everything?
Oh, yeah. We had 1,500 millimeter howitzer cannons that I would have to fire in the morning at Reveille at 7 a.m. I can't even make that up. I got videos of me as a little tiny freshman firing a cannon. I'd have to spit shine my shoes every morning with literally spit and shine and make my bed perfectly. Otherwise, I'd get in trouble, and march to breakfast every single morning. So doesn't really get more disciplined than that, I'd say. But definitely, grew as a man and as a person at that school for sure.
Definitely not quite how I start my days. I don't know if I could have handled that thinking back. But did it help grow your game, having that discipline and structure in place at high school, or did it help you physically?
Yeah.
Were you guys always in the gym? Just basically, what did you get out of how much you put in?
What I got out of Culver was, how to take care of yourself as a man. Some of the biggest things that we would be taught is time management. How to do things properly with integrity, with discipline. So I'd say in that way, I grew. In terms of my career there, I started off my first 2 years on the JV high school hockey team, which is, not the greatest of hockey. And I was a small kid, so the reason why, I was getting cut, they told me, was my size. My junior year, I made the varsity high school team, and we're still in high school hockey. So, all my buddies at this time were playing at the U16 level, talking to, junior teams playing AAA. And then my senior year, I decided to try out for the prep team, which is the U18 prep team. We had Timofey Spitzroff on that team, drafted to the San Jose Sharks. That was my first year, I'd say, of true competitive real hockey. And I grew so much that year, and I was very fortunate to make that team. And, that was eye-opening to me. I went from, never having a playbook to, playing structured hockey for real. So that was definitely a learning curve.
And I think it's a little ironic. You mentioned your first 2 years at the school there that you were getting cut because you're too small. And according to the rumors I've been told, you now have a lifting page of your own. So it sounds like you've showed them, in hindsight, of kind of a full world moment. And you've taken exercise, and it's become a huge part of who you are. Do you think that being told you were small and being told you were, not cut out to make it, kind of led to your fitness journey and everything you've done?
1,000%. I've been getting cut from teams since I was a little kid. I got cut from every single AAA team in Chicago, from Mission, TI, CYA, Fury. I remember getting cut from Fury. I bawled my eyes out as a little kid. I was devastated. And I wasn't bad. I had good tryouts, but it was always my size. That was the excuse, which is fair, to some degree. I was a very late bloomer, very small kid growing up. I always had a bit of a chip on my shoulder. I definitely took a liking to the gym. I grew a lot in my junior year of high school, and really took my gym seriously. And I feel it definitely helped me as a hockey player, absolutely. So
sitting here as a professional now, only a handful of games in, but it's helped pave your way to get here. When you were in high school at Culver, did you have aspirations to continue playing beyond high school, or was it something that kind of developed along the way? Like, how did you decide you wanted to go play junior hockey after your time there?
I always, since I was 5 years old, every birthday wish candle I've ever had was to be a pro hockey player. It's the only thing I've ever wished for. So I always knew I wanted to play. I was a bit naive to the process of juniors and all that when I was at Culver. Like, in hindsight, I would have been pretty stressed out playing 2 years of JV high school hockey, because not many kids, yet alone make the prep team, go and play after from that. But I just never even thought about it. I was, I just, enjoyed the game, showed up every day with a smile on my face, and got better each summer and each year. So, yeah, it just, I always had the dream to play, and I still have the dream, obviously, and I'd like to play for, years after this. And yeah, so I've always had that in the back of my mind that I wanted to play hockey for a long time.
And you mentioned Culver was a lot of discipline, a lot of structure, but I'm sure there was some good times. What's one of your favorite memories from your time at Culver?
Oh, that'd have to be Shattuck night. Our rival, Shattuck St. Mary's, that school's, I mean, you look at the alumni there, Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon. Playing that team at home was just unbelievable. The whole entire school was at the game. I remember I played fourth line at Culver my senior year, and I got my first shift maybe like 5 minutes left into the first period, and I went out there and I got hit, and then I got up and I cranked some kid, and the whole crowd just absolutely was lighting up. I actually scored one of my goals against Shattuck the next game that on the weekend series. One of the biggest goals of my career, in my opinion. Just, if I had to pick any team to score against at any time, it would have been that time against that team. So it was great.
It's awesome when it works out, kind of storybook in that way. But so now we're at 2020, which, as everybody knows, an infamous year that will go down for decades to come. But you moved on to the New Hampshire Junior Monarchs of the USPHL Premier. 23 games played there, 9 goals, 7 assists. How was it moving to the East Coast and playing away from Illinois now?
Moving away, it wasn't that crazy for me because I just spent 4 years at Culver. Culver is a boarding high school, so I was already away from home.
Indiana, right?
Indiana, yeah. It was 3 hours away, but it's far enough where you can't go home all the time. It's close enough where if you need something, you can go home. So the East Coast is a little bit farther in that way where, you can't just jot home for a weekend. And I really enjoyed my time on the East Coast. I went to college out there as well, which we'll get into later. But, the East Coast is a very cool place. I really enjoyed my time. So.
And after New Hampshire, you joined the Boston Advantage of the USPHL Premier again and played 8 games there, 3 goals, 2 assists. What went into this move to a different team?
Yeah, so I started off with Nick Coda at the Monarchs team, and everything was going well there. I really enjoyed my time. We went to the bubble. For those of you who don't know, the USPHL Premier League brought in almost every single team in the league to Florida to play during COVID, and they were the only league playing at that time. Wow. And I just, it was towards the end of the year, and I was talking to some schools. They wanted me to, get different opportunities at me, and the coach at the time started to disagree with where I should be played, and I just decided to, talk with my advisor, and he thought it was best for me to maybe move on to a different team to finish out the year. And I went over to Boston Advantage, finished out my season there, and that was it.
Hello, fans. Welcome into Breakers TV. My name's Devin Dobek. Our puck drop has been delayed.
And we welcome Al Roti.
Excuse me for that. Our puck drop's been delayed a little bit, so they got 12 minutes up on the clock until puck drop. So bear with us. We're going to watch a quick game recap, and when we come back, we'll get into our pregame intro. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back just a little bit of a delay. Puck drop will be right around 4:20. So bear with us. We'll be back. And we are ready to go and underway from the Coast Coliseum. It's a face-off win for the Topeka Scarecrows to kick things off. It's our Republic Finance first period. Koash hit hard into the boards by Declan Flanagan. Koash looking to thread it for TJ Sneath. Gets it down low. Sneath backdoor feed. Cam Clark scores. Cameron Clark with a backdoor feed finds it right on the doorstep, and Topeka will strike first here, making it 1-0. Breakers working on their spacing. Blacksmith ahead with room. Through the middle, shoots and scores! Welcome to the Biloxi. Joette and Blacksmith ties the game at 1. Whalen back around the wall. Litvinov, bad touch, gets through. Flanagan's shot. Got Deflected by a Scarecrow. Kept alive, they score! A bad bounce for Topeka results in a goal for the Breakers. It's Matt Gellerman with his second as a Breaker. And sometimes you draw it up a little differently. Gellerman just looking to center one, and it caroms off of Gordon Whalen into the back of the net. And a fortuitous bounce for Biloxi gives them the lead here with just over 5 minutes gone by in period number 2. Out to the point now. Stoya pinches down low. Stoya being hooked on his way through. Blacksmith for Koch. Into the middle. Stoya, catch and shoot, score! Matt Stoya goes to celebrate with his family down in the corner of his own end. That's why he darted back the other way. And Matt Stoya has made it a 3-1 lead for the Breakers. If you're just joining us and wondering why we haven't started, puck drop's been delayed, and I should have said 3:20 for everybody back in Biloxi. 3:20, so about 9 more minutes up on the clock until puck drop. 4:20 local time. Apologies for that. We'll get going momentarily. Thank you. Almost a sure goal from Koash had he been able to receive it with Borodkin committed to the left. Now Koash in front again. Never mind. Does it anyway. Borodkin without his stick. And another backdoor pass results in a Topeka goal. They get it right back with 1:38 to go, and it's 3-2 now. Grasby ahead, touch pass on over to Koash from Clark. Koash near circle, shoots and scores through the 5-hole of Borodkin. And just like that, with 2 goals in a span of 30 seconds, the Scarecrows have tied the game. Grasby 2-on-2 with Gagnon. Gagnon just barely stayed onside. Spinelli blows an edge. Grasby through the high slot. Drop pass for Clark. Clark pedals through the circle, shoots one. They're trying to go 5-hole on Borodkin, and he's figured it out. Grasby battles with Spinelli. Another big shot, and now the Breakers with numbers the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Koch with Pikarczyk, the captain, scores! Lucas Pikarczyk wins it for Biloxi. Their first win in 55 days comes in dramatic fashion. The captain. What a win for your Breakers.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Johnson in front to Mack. Borodkin, are you kidding me? In front, Thornton. Scar! Carter Thornton. Veilleux closing and shoots and scars. Celebu Veilleux. Centering on Royer on goal. Star! Amy Royer. Couple rights from Schlepp. Loses his helmet. Continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over the top. Spinelli gets a right off. Scaldi comes back with one. Spinelli another right. Scaldi misses. Oh, Spinelli tagged him in the face. And out to Fisher's one-timer. He scars! Trey Fisher. Stoya through traffic shoots. Deflection. Ross Bartlett scars. And all alone. He shoots the rebound. Big save, Rahul Sharma. Pikarczyk from the circle shoots. He scars! Lucas Pikarczyk. The hash in front. They score! It's Declan Flanagan.
The following is a presentation of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Any unauthorized broadcast without the express written consent of the Biloxi Breakers and the FPHL are strictly prohibited.
It's Hockey Night live from Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena on the campus of Wake Forest. My name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, along with you. It's the third and final meeting in this three-game weekend season series between the Twin City Thunderbirds and the Biloxi Breakers. Twin City winning by a final of 4-2 last night, but both games 3-2 heading into the second intermission. Twin City with 6 goals on Friday night in the third period to win in a resounding 9-2 fashion before last night getting a goal inside the final 3 minutes courtesy of Roman Kramer to lift them to a 4-2 win. Valuable 3 points on the board for Twin City. The PD Ice Cats lost last night, so now they're only 8 points back for that final playoff spot with things heating up and the 2-game set with the Ice Cats on tap in a couple weeks. So should be a really fun sprint to the finish for them. Breakers will look to play spoiler here in the matinee. Our tale of the tape in this last dance looks like this. Twin City 22-26-1. The Breakers 7-40-1. Breakers have dropped 5 straight while Twin City has won back-to-back. 3.4 goals per game for the Thunderbirds, 3.0 for the Breakers, a -14 goal differential for Twin City, a -142 for Biloxi. On the power play, both teams slightly improve after yesterday, each with a power play goal, 20% for Twin City, 16.8% for the Breakers. On the kill, Thunderbirds 73.4%, bottom 3 in the division. Breakers 68.8%. Number 5 team in the Continental versus the number 7. Biloxi has dropped both the games thus far. We'll take you now through our Matt Bauer Sunday starting lineups, but not a whole lot different here. Same 6 for Steve Harrison's crew. He goes with Kramer, Gallant, and White, the top line, who's been producing. Johansson and Farmer, the pairing with Boris Babic in between the pipes. As for the Breakers, just one change, and that's Dimitris Christo plugging in for Dominic Matnick on the back end. Other lineup changes for them. Amy Royer swaps in for Xavier Charbonneau tonight. Don Heaven Veilleux will be in the lineup. Alexis Hardy is out. Anton Borodkin in goal, and then the top line of Joetten Blacksmith, Ross Bartlett, and Hugo Koch will be out there for Charlie Penn's crew. Zach Pamelian is paired with Christopher now, the former hat-trick defensive pairing, now here in Biloxi, looking to play spoiler against this high-powered Twin City offense. We're moments away from our starting lineup and introduction in this huge game. Just another handful of games for Biloxi after tonight. They will have just 7 more contests, 4 of them at home, and then the final 3 in Baton Rouge, April 9th, 10th, and 11th. While we also have your attention for a moment, we'd remind you next weekend will be Seawolves weekend. Louis Dumont, the all-time ECHL points leader and assist leader, will be in the house March 27th for the ceremonial puck drop. He'll be signing autographs and taking pictures as well. Beautiful Mississippi Seawolves uniforms featuring the ECHL logo, which we paid to have the rights for. So those will be great, up for auction on Saturday night. It's going to be a fun rivalry weekend of hockey with the Zydeco in town. So we hope you can join us for Seawolves night at the Wolves Den, March 27th and 28th. Going to be a lot of fun, filled with all kinds of nostalgia. If you haven't been to a game, now's the time to do so. I think that you'll be very fond of the experience you have. But now we'll send it to ice level for the starting lineup for the Thunderbirds, and be back in a moment right here on Breakers TV. What a rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner here ahead of the Sunday matinee. Thunderbirds, Breakers, round 3 of 3 on tap for you momentarily. But wow, what a national anthem we just heard from some military personnel here in Winston-Salem. And that's going to get us ready for puck drop. Tonight's officials, the referees are Ron Johnson and Drew Wilkalis. The linesmen are Patrick Callan and Anders Gustafson. Breakers looking to snap their 5-game slide here tonight. Play spoiler, help out their fellow Continental Division opponents, the PD Ice Cats, who they will not face this season but can still do them a service. Ceremonial puck drop down at the other end has officially commenced. Batita and Pikarczyk, the captains, will shake hands, and looks like a dog is going to drop the puck. It's pucks and paws night here in Winston-Salem on this afternoon, so I think they're trying to convince a dog to put the puck in his mouth and drop it, but I don't think he got the memo. Looked to have a little bit of stage fright there, but he's excited for some hockey, and we are too. Breakers in their road white uniforms with the Breaker crest on the chest, blue buckets, blue pants, black shoulders, black numbers, and black name bars with white lettering. Thunderbirds in specialty uniforms, kind of look like the New Jersey Devils City Connect jerseys once upon a time, with white stripes on the shoulders, arms, and legs, black uniforms, black buckets, black pants. They'll go from right to left, Breakers left to right. Appreciate everybody tuning in on Breakers TV and on 106.3. Super Talk, Mississippi, Blacksmith, White, round 3, and we're underway. From the Fairgrounds Arena, Pamelian with an early dump in to get the puck deep. Ross Bartlett centers one, steered aside by Boris Babick. Bartlett left the game last night, taking a skate blade just above the eye. He is okay and on the ice here tonight, but definitely avoided a scare. It's a Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing that will bring the puck all the way back down to Boris Babick's end. Well, Twin City tickled 60 shots once again last night. Breakers had close to 40 of their own. They definitely hung in the game, but Twin City had the better chances. A lot of primetime scorers on their roster, and they cashed in when they needed to. Pamelian's shot goes well wide on the glove side of Babick. Here's Roman Kramer, who planted the dagger last night with that goal inside the final 3. Johansson in all alone. Ran into Borodkin a little bit. Borodkin lost his stick. Pamelian steers it back to him as we play on. Bartlett lost a handle on it in his own end, takes down Kramer with a trip, and he's going to go. 38 seconds in, and Biloxi will go shorthanded for the first time tonight. Bartlett can't believe it, but it'll open up a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Twin City did have a power play goal last night. Breakers will try and thwart that here momentarily. Clean face-off win to the point. Pistuka. Across for Jan Salak, down low John Batita. Batita harassed by Spinelli in the corner, gets it up ahead to Chris Mott, back to Batita. Mott again, near side, down into the bumper area. Dumas had a chance at it. Salak had his shot blocked by Fisher. Pistuka for Mott, near side wing. Up to Pistuka again. Coiled on over. Quick shot through traffic by Jan Salak. Karams into the corner. Mott down low for Dumas. Dumas hits the brakes hard behind Borodkin. Slides it to Mott. Tried to go short side. Borodkin makes a pad save. Spinelli down low. Battles with Batita. Has it and is able to clear it the length of the sheet. Breaker penalty kill unit gets a much needed clear, and they'll go out for a change. Christo, Gellerman, Matonak, and Roti the kill line. Here's Zach White wheeling back around to the near side. Had it poked away by Roti the rookie. Up ahead, Nate Keeley scored in the first game on Friday night to open up all the offense, and an 11-goal combined effort. Carries into the zone. Keeley out to the point. Craig's quick shot. Just missed on the glove side. Borodkin might have got a piece of it. And once again, it's sent out by Gellerman. Matonak and Gellerman will change. Here's Hugo Koch and Brendan Spinelli back on. Another 25 seconds to go on the Bartlett minor for tripping. Puck gets in deep. Borodkin will settle. Sends it up the wall. Zach White in the area. Bleeds through to Kramer. Across for Craig. Down low looking for a tip. The rebound controlled by Keeley. Banked back out to the far point. Craig down low for Kaysen Gallant. Gallant, the FPHL leading goal scorer last year with 40. Gets it to Kramer. Now Keeley back for Gallant. And a big shot's turned aside by Anton Borodkin. Another rebound. White in the slot area. Roti battles from down on a knee. Comes out to Kramer. Near circle. Sent up to the point. Craig, quick shot. Tipped on its way in. And that one caught a lot of Brendan Spinelli. He's in pain. Looks like his glasses might have been shattered there. And I'm no optical surgeon like our friends at Superior Optical, but Spinelli might need those to continue on here tonight. So there could be some implications from that shot block. You just hope he didn't get cut by the glass there. He'll head back to the bench. Appears to be okay. Takes his seat. Takes out a little frustration. Head coach Charlie Penn's going to consult with Spinelli, see what his status may be. We'll keep an eye on him over on the bench. Blacksmith and Mott will do it this time. We're back to full strength. And Spinelli immediately back up on the bench. Looks like he has no intentions of sitting this one out. So a positive sign for the Breaker back end. And off the face-off, a little bit of movement, it looks like, ahead of the draw. 17:04 to go, still no score from Twin City. Zach Pamelian heads it into the corner for Chris Mott, sent up to the point. Held for a moment by Hanley. His shot deflects on the way in and goes well wide. Pamelian drops back for Trey Fisher. Forward by Trade, playing defense this weekend for the Breakers. Up ahead, Bartlett taps it out of the zone. Garcia will shoot it in. Garcia wearing number 7 tonight as opposed to 36 with these specialty uniforms. Pamelian hits the brakes again. Swivels away from Jacob Schnapp. Up ahead to Bartlett. Hit him in the boot, and Schnapp keeps the play alive. Down low, Dumas darts towards the goal, intercepted by the flying Hawaiian. Zach Pamelian. He'll carry ahead all the way down in tight on Babick. Swept around to Blacksmith. Up to the point, Fisher. Quick shot. Well wide on the glove side. Bartlett down low for Hugo Koch. Koch for Fisher. Fanned on the one-timer. Pamelian fakes the shot. Backpedals to the point. Shoots one. Wide on the blocker side. Jacob Schnapp can't bust the puck out of the zone. Blacksmith keeps a handle on it. Has it again. Drops with a swivel pass to Koch. Down low, Bartlett looking back for Koch. Fisher's got it. His quick shot over the crossbar. Babick will have time to cover. 15:48 to go in our Republic Finance first period. And an offensive zone face-off for the Breakers. Shots are 4-0 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Matt Gellerman up against Nate Keeley for the ensuing face-off. And it's a tie-up, controlled by Twin City. Johansson steers it into the corner. Jan Salak's got it. Nice hit by Roti in the end wall. Then Babick got run into by Roti. Johansson let him go free. Inadvertent contact there, not a heavy hit. Strong forecheck from the Breakers. Eventually Twin City able to escape the zone. Here comes Keeley heading towards the goal. Spinelli lifted the stick. Spinelli playing without his glasses but not missing a shift. A positive sign for the Breaker back end. Batita working in the corner on Matt Gellerman. Swings to the near side. Up ahead to Farmer at the blue line. Keeley fights to get it to Salak. Salak tied up by Matonak for a moment. And finally, Spinelli uses that stick blade to steer the puck out. Salak to Batita. 2-on-1. He scores. John Batita with a wrist shot on the blocker side of Borodkin. Beats him down low. And Twin City strikes first here with 14:44 to go in the first. It's 1-0 Birds. So Biloxi will start playing from behind for the second time this weekend. Amy Royer, a last-minute opt-in. Charbonneau was a late deactivation from the lineup. Pamelion across the blue line. Holds and shoots, and it goes wide on the glove side. All the way around the wall to Roman Kramer. In stride across the blue line between three breakers. Looked for a backhand feed to Gallant, taken away and sent across. Kept in the zone by Matthew Horan. Popped up by Pamelion. Down low, Horan continuing to battle. Flipped up but not out. Nice keep by Pamelion. Knocks it down low. Craig intercepts and will slow it down in his own end. To the near side, Pastuca. Once again, trouble. Thornton, why not? Deflects on its way in off Connor Craig. Horan hard into the wall with Craig and Kramer in possession of the puck. Thornton on the forecheck. Quick stick check on Craig, who's able to avoid it and head the other way. Roman Kramer flips ahead. Gallant tried to go high and tight with a quick transfer to his forehand. Borodkin made the save, and Royer flips it to the point, not out. Connor Craig holds. Shimmy shake away from Thornton. Stood up by Royer. One-timer on the vacant puck by Gallant goes wide. Borodkin scrambles to get back into position. Gallant has it again near side. Battling with a pair of white uniforms. Gallant on over to White. To the near side. Quick shot. Borodkin makes the save. Recovered well, sliding from his right to his left. And Zach White's pass well by Matt Garcia all the way down. Breakers get a full change. 13 minutes to go. Period number one. Shots 8-1 Thunderbirds. They have a 1-0 lead here at home. In a must-win game for Twin City. Spinelli. Up ahead for Koch. Too strong for Bartlett. Taken away on the forecheck. Troy Harwell getting his first action of the weekend. Former Danbury hat trick. To the point, it's Hanley. Picked off. Blacksmith couldn't carry it out. Hanley keeps the play alive in the O-zone. Bartlett spears to get it for Spinelli. Up ahead, Hugo Koch. Saucer pass knocked down. Blacksmith can't tug it along with him. And now Harwell. Up the half wall to Dumas. Taken away by Koch. Can't squeeze his way into the offensive zone. Thought he was interfered with, no call. Mott behind the net to Garcia, and Garcia will wheel his way out of the zone. Back the other way to the open ice. On the near side, Garcia backhands into the glove of Borodkin, and that takes us into our first media timeout. 12:08 to go. Twin City with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of the captain, John Batista.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? SkyZone Beluxy at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. SkyZone Beluxy truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at SkyZone Beluxy.
.12:08 to go, period one. Thunderbirds lead it 1-0 here on Breakers TV and 106.3 Super Talk, Mississippi. Jan Salak, drop pass at the point for Farmer off the offensive zone win. Roti collects in his own end, steers it up ahead, looking for Spinelli, cut off. Batista, centering pass, knocked away by the paddle of Borodkin. Gellerman out of the zone for Pikarczyk. He gets wedged into the wall by Keeley. It's dumped in again, and a cover from Babick will take us to another O-zone draw for Biloxi. Al Roti out there with Gellerman and Pikarczyk. Some more line movement from game into game, it feels like. Salak in his own end controls the puck. Farmer across ice, pass for Johansson, stung by Roti. Shot came all the way in on Borodkin. He makes a stick save into the corner. Matonak behind the goal for Pomelian, up ahead to Roti. Pomelian again in possession of the puck. Sauces ahead for Gellerman. Now Roti coils his way out of the zone for Pikarczyk. One-on-one with Farmer. Pikarczyk lost the handle, knocked away by Farmer. Puck comes to the near side. Matonak, time and space, shoots one. Blocked by Jan Salak and taken by Batita the other way. Gets through Amy Royer down into the offensive zone. Pomelian ahead for Matthew Horan. Horan has his pass intended for Roti off a knee of a Thunderbird, and Connor Craig will slow down in direct traffic in his own end. Shot the distance, no Thunderbird there, and it's an icing call. 10:43 to go in period number 1. Still 1-0 Twin City, courtesy of John Batita. That goal came at 5:16. Batita from Salak and James Farmer. Farmer with his first point of the weekend. There's only 2 Thunderbirds without a point, if I'm not mistaken, here this weekend. That's Jack Johansson and Troy Harwell, who's playing in his first action of the weekend. Fisher takes a hard hit from Connor Craig. Craig looked back to laugh at him. Friends up in Canada, but foes on the ice here in the FPHL. Christo drops it behind the goal for Fisher. He'll slow it down and begin the breakout. Up ahead to Blacksmith. Sauced into the neutral zone off a stick. Connor Craig back in control. White has his pass blocked by Fisher. Swatted out by Joette and Blacksmith and sent in again. Funky bounce off the wall. Borodkin dropped to a knee. Inside 10 minutes to go in our first period. Garcia near side for Kramer. Waited for Gallant to tag up. Running out of time and space. Shakes off Christo. Down low looking for a tip. Gallant couldn't find it. White has it. Up to the point for Garcia. Skipped over his blade. Able to keep it across the line. Another shot well over the crossbar. Koch. Beautiful patience to find it to Christo. Christo will ladle it on in. Babic couldn't stop it with the paddle coming out of his crease. And Garcia will bust it the other way. Blacksmith for Koch. Koch hits the brakes. Into the middle, Blacksmith trying to redirect it on goal, and finally Gallant has possession. Gallant will lift it ahead. Schnapp will go hard against Matonak on the forecheck. It's a drop pass for Spinelli. Koch back for Spinelli. Looks like his glasses got taped up. So Spinelli back with 20/20 vision. 8:45 to go. Period 1. Shots are 11-4 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Gellerman centers looking for Roti. Coiled to the middle off of Babic. Still free, and Farmer skates it to safety far side. Through the middle. 3-on-3 up ice for the Thunderbirds. Kramer out wide. Far side. Trying to go from a low angle. Borodkin had the save. Roti collects the rebound. Pikarczyk over the line. Too strong for Roti, who gave a slash to Johansson. Johansson through the logo at center, across the blue line, trying to find the score sheet. Drops back for Dumas. Short side try, won't go. 8:08 to go. Second media timeout, we'll take it. Still 1-0 Twin City. Back in a splash.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshee Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshee Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit FosheeResidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
.808 to go, period number one. Shots are 12-5 Twin City. They have a 1-0 lead courtesy of John Batista. That goal came at 5:16 from Salak and James Farmer. Keeley and Gellerman, or rather Royer, will do it in the defensive zone. It's a clean win by Keeley for Craig. Quick shot wide on the blocker side of Borodkin. Back down low. Nice hit on Keeley by Royer down in the corner. Salak looking to escape the pressure of a tag team of breakers. 3-on-3 scrum in the corner belongs to Twin City. Batista to the point. Quick shot. Save Borodkin using the X-ray to track it on down. And it's lifted out to center. Back the other way. A.J. Schlepp collides with Zach Pomelian for a moment. Saucer pass to the near side. Held by Fisher. Fisher around for Pomelian. Up ahead to Thornton. Thornton gets stung in the middle by Salak, but the breakers have it. A.J. Schlepp leads the charge. Lost a handle on it, and it comes back out to center. Tensions came to a boil last night. Garcia dropped the mitts with Trey Fisher after a collision with Kaysen Gallant, knee-to-knee. That led to a minor penalty as well. But outside of that, not a whole lot of penalty minutes or fighting between these two teams. And you think a team sees each other 3 times in 3 days, you might have a little more. But so far, we have not had a formal square-up. Back ahead. Blacksmith got a piece of it. Christo settles. Koch into the middle for Bartlett. He tugs it along with the backhand. Hits the brakes. Swarmed by a few birds. And now Craig up ahead to Zach White. Clears the zone. White into the offensive end. Made a move off his skates. Spinelli right there with him. Got a stick involved. Christo completes the task, but White still with it. To the point, Farmer. Kramer pinching to the middle. White for Kramer again. Kramer swivels his way down in the corner. Now heading to the middle. Bartlett holding down a Thunderbird and Zach White. He'll check on him. And Blacksmith will settle it in his own end. 6 minutes remaining in our Republic Finance first. Spinelli away from the pressure provided by Chris Mott, the former Binghamton Black Bear and Athens Rock Lobster. Up the wall for Troy Harwell. Harwell has it. Heads towards the middle. Holding and shooting. Up and into the netting. 5:49 to go. Another whistle and a face-off set to come. Anton Borodkin had a great game last night, made over 50 saves. Certainly felt like the goals Twin Cities scored were ones that he could have had, but he made so many great saves all night that you really can't speak ill about his performance last night. Gave his team a chance to win. And Borodkin has been the #1 guy for quite some time here in Biloxi. Has given them a fighting shot more times than not. Pikarczyk ahead for Matt Gellerman. Gellerman across the blue line. Shot might have ramped off a stick. Hits high on the window. Pikarczyk looking to jab it down low. Roti stapled into the glass by Mott. Him and Mott continuing to brawl with one another. And now here's Chris Mott busting it ahead. Schnapp caught well offside with 5:10 to go. Dismay of Thunderbirds fans not sure about that one. Babick was headed to the bench, so was there a delayed call? I think they're going to get Roti for that extra shot he gave during the altercation. So the Breakers will head shorthanded. Second time tonight. 1 for 1 on the kill. .5:10 to go in this first period. Face-off is controlled by the Thunderbirds. Shot through traffic. Whistles over the glove side of Borodkin and wide. Now holding it is White, searching for a lane. Up ahead to Craig, snapped across, Kramer redirects it home on the power play. Well, it only took 19 seconds on the man advantage, but the Roti penalty is costly. A beautiful feed to Roman Kramer. Goals in back-to-back games for him, and it's 2-0 Twin City. Just an easy backdoor tap in for Kramer. Blacksmith will take this one, and he wins it for Pamelian. Pamelian shoots it in on Babic. He will hold and steer it on for Matt Garcia. Garcia to the near side for Salak. Bartlett pops it up in the air. Salak settles. Down in the corner, a battle between Hanley and Blacksmith. And Batista in possession now. 3-on-2 for the Thunderbirds the other way. Down low, it's White, or rather Keeley. Spinelli takes it away, knocks it ahead for Bartlett. Into the skates of Pamelian. He's got it now over the line, finds Bartlett. Touch pass in the direction of Koch. Koch skates it in deep. Up ahead, sent in by Keeley. Shots 13-6, Twin City. Blacksmith up ahead for Bartlett. Bartlett pokes it ahead, taken down, and a delayed call coming against Twin City as we head into our final media timeout. Breakers headed back on the power play when we return. 2-0 Thunderbirds back in a splash.
When injury knocks you out, Benvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Benvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
.347 to go. Jack Johansson assessed a 2-minute minor. Opening up the first walk-ons power play of the evening for Biloxi. Last night had a power play goal, but had 5 chances as well. Cashed in just the one. Face-off controlled by Pikarczyk. Pamelian shoots, tipped in front by Bartlett. He was taken down by Pastuca, and the puck is sent the distance. Pamelian sweeps it around to the near side for Hugo Koch. Koch through center, across the blue line for Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk hit hard into the wall. Blacksmith to the point, Bartlett. D-to-D for Pamelian. Back to Bartlett. Thought about the shot, instead holds. Down low for Blacksmith. Up top, Bartlett. Bartlett back for Blacksmith. Blacksmith to the middle, looking for Bartlett on the back door, and it just got away from him. Koch on for Pamelian. Pamelian near circle. Hesitates and skates it up to the point. Snapped for Bartlett. 70 seconds to go on the man advantage for Biloxi. Pikarczyk on over to Koch. Koch, quick shot, held by Babic. With 2:49 to go. We'll have another whistle and a face-off. Johansson another 62 seconds in the sin bin. Offensive zone draw for the number 2 unit on the power play for Biloxi. Gellerman centering Royer and Roti. It's controlled by Biloxi. Another good win. Fisher Sauces down low for Gellerman, too strong to handle the pass, and it's sent back out to center again. Fisher for Royer. Royer backhands behind Matonak, then throws a big hit into a Thunderbird right by the stanchion, and then got taken down. A blatant spearing penalty that should have been called and likely won't. None of the officials saw it. But that was a spearing penalty if I've ever seen. Just a blatant call right in front of the benches. And everybody will gather around the red line for some conversation. That's one they missed. Royer with an excellent hit right by the stanchion. Granted, it's a scary part for someone to be hit into, so I can see why the frustration may have been there, but you can't spear a guy or grab him from behind and hook and pull. So we'll continue to play on. Pomelian for Pikarczyk. Over the blue line. Pomelian back for Bartlett. Koch guides it to the point for Pikarczyk. He overskated it and gives it away to Keeley. Easily sent out of the zone. Inside 2 to play in this first period. Pomelian to the near side for Hugo Koch. Koch through the logo. Over the blue line. Lost the handle. Craig will staple him into the end wall. Sent up to the point for Pomelian. He squeezes by a Thunderbird in deep. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Pomelian slows things down in his own end. Up ahead, hit a Thunderbird very awkwardly in Yuri Pastuka. Now Connor Craig back to work. Stick lifted, taking away the puck is Hugo Koch, and he goes back into his own end. Spinelli picks it on up, and he will be the one to skate it on out. Back without the glasses, it appears. So he tried him out and didn't like it. Another shot comes in, and it's held for a whistle and a face-off. 64 seconds to go in this first period. Shots are 13-9 in favor of Twin Cities, so not too lopsided. They just have the 2-goal lead on the scoreboard. Royer on to do it this time. Looks like Thornton is in the defensive role as opposed to Demi Christo. Thornton winds and fires. And that hit a Thunderbird, didn't get through. Royer gets it in deep, held by Haran. He pivots right and is closed off. Batita has his stick lifted by Thornton. Up ahead. It's guided on over for Dom Dumas. Dumas to the middle. Quick pass, quick shot from Johansson. The second try also taken away by Borodkin. Royer missed the pass for Thornton, who was lurking the other way. Haran has it in his own end, searching for a lane. Guides it on over to the near side for Thornton. Hit into the boards by Johansson. Spinelli steps up to force Christo to play it out, and an offside is called. So another 19 ticks on the clock. Shots are 14-9 Thunderbirds, and a draw coming outside the Biloxi blue line. Only one other game going on in the FPHL today, and that's the Monroe Moccasins and PD Ice Cats finishing their game from Friday night after the ice was deemed unplayable. That will resume at 5:15 CST, 6:15 local time. Blacksmith down low. Koch looking to swat it towards the crease area. Final 3 seconds to go. And that will do it. Twin City will take a 2-0 lead to the room. They outshoot the Breakers 14-9 in the first period. Batita and Kramer the goal scorers for Twin City. Kramer on the power play. We'll step aside for Al Roti's interview and be back for period 2 coverage in just a few moments right here on Breakers TV.
And we welcome Al Roti to the panel here on Breaker Banter episode 31. Al, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So, Al, as I like to open up every show, we like to go back to the roots, of course. Tell us how your hockey journey began growing up in the Chicago area, and who were your early mentors?
Absolutely. So growing up in Chicago, hockey's obviously a pretty prevalent sport. I grew up just probably like most kids, just playing a lot of different sports. My first sport was actually wrestling. My dad put me in wrestling, make sure I can defend myself. That was the reasoning behind that. Got into hockey.
What was different about Boston as opposed to New Hampshire? So obviously you made the move, but looking back and analyzing the decision and everything that went into it, what was different about the two teams, and do you feel that it helped propel your career in the right direction?
I think it helped propel my career just because I got, the opportunities I was seeking for when I went to the Boston Advantage. But juniors is a cutthroat, and honestly, so is pro from the things that I've seen already. And you got to look out for yourself as much as you got to look out for the team. So I felt that at that time in my heart that was the best decision. Maybe staying at the Monarchs would have gotten me to the same spot I went to college anyways, but it all worked out the way it worked out, and I met a lot of people along the way on both teams, so I'm thankful for both those opportunities.
And this is all going on right in the midst of the coronavirus, which you said the USPHL Premier kind of handled pretty well, it seems like. But what do you remember about what was going through your head when that epidemic hit? Like, what was that moment like mentally on you?
Yeah, so I mean, you're going through it with everyone else, so it wasn't crazy on me mentally just because I had everyone around. Like everyone had to go through the exact same thing, so it made it better. But in terms of hockey, it was just weird playing with a mask on. It's hard to breathe. It's just weird. I was fearful it was going to be like that for a lot longer than it was. So I'm happy that it, didn't last for years like that. I actually went to San Antonio, Texas right before my first junior career to train because every rink was shut down because of COVID. In Chicago, I couldn't skate anywhere, and my advisor at the time was coast-to-coast player development, and I went down to San Antonio, Texas, where the San Antonio Rampage played, where they practiced, and that advisory brought a bunch of guys down to San Antonio to train because everything was open down there. And I stayed there for about
Texas.
4 months with, and it was with that advisory. And I got the opportunity to skate with Brent Burns down there, skate with Pete MacArthur, some good mentors of mine, and it was great. I really enjoyed my time there.
Well, that's incredible. And then we move on to your time. So now after COVID, 2021 into 2022, you make a big decision to head to Canada. And initially you started with the Yarmouth Mariners of the MJAHL, 1 goal and 5 assists in 10 games. How was this hockey different from your time in the USPHL Prep?
Yeah, so I made the jump. I just, when I was talking to a lot of NCDC teams before I made the Premier teams. I was with the Utica Junior Comets in the NCDC, and then right before my first game, they wanted to send me down, so that's how I ended up at the Monarchs. And it was just, I felt like that league was just, I don't know, it didn't seem very suitable to me as a player. It felt like, they say a lot of things to you, and then, it doesn't get done, which could be anywhere. So I decided to give Canada a shot, and I absolutely loved my time with the Mariners in the Maritimes League, Yarmouth Mariners. I got there, small little fishing town in the tip of Nova Scotia, and it was just unbelievable. I mean, so many people would come to the games. You go to the local Tim Hortons, get a double-double, people know your name. Everyone on that team was, I didn't feel like I was one of the older guys. I felt like, I was with guys that are going to help me grow as a player. And I was pretty sad to leave that team. The coach told me that because I was a 21-year-old American, that I held two roster spots on that team. You can only have a certain amount of Americans and 21-year-olds. So he got an offer to bring 2 kids down from the QMJHL that would have taken my 2 spots. So he didn't really get rid of me for my production. It was more just because to help the team, it would have been better to bring in those 2 players versus me. So got in the transfer portal, and that's how I ended up with the Sioux Thunderbirds in the NOJHL. And I was pretty upset at first to be there. I really wanted to be back in Yarmouth, and within 2 weeks, I found probably the closest team I've ever been on in my entire life when I was with the Sioux Thunderbirds. So that was an unbelievable experience playing with them.
Yeah, 9 goals and 3 assists in 18 games played there with Sioux, but I think
it brought out one of the biggest accolades you've got in your career, and that was a championship. So after your 18 games played there, you're able to be the regular season champions, and then you win the championship as well in the NOJHL. What was it like to win?
The best memories ever. I mean, that team was so close, and we just stuck together through every single moment, and because of that team, I really know how true teams operate and what it takes to win, and I'm very thankful that I got to experience that because, you know, I haven't really been on too many winning teams throughout my career, so that was just unbelievable experience. We had a lot of key players on that team, a couple of guys that are currently playing in the AHL now, and it was just great talent, great guys, great city, and you know, forever grateful for my time there.
And how were you able to make that transition so seamless? You mentioned you felt really connected to Yarmouth up there in Nova Scotia, and now you're all of a sudden having to pack up after you really found you liked a place, albeit in a new country as well. And now you're going to a new. How are you able to make it seamless? Just going from team to team and still finding ways to produce, and ultimately it culminated in a championship. Was that an easy thing? Was it taxing mentally? Just talk us through that.
Yeah, it's never easy. I think, you know, going to Culver really helped me prepare for situations like that, just how to be disciplined with you know, just how to be disciplined. At the end of the day, you can't control everything in life, so you know, if you really love the game and you're getting told you got to go somewhere else to play, then you got to pick up and go, and just staying true to my values, making sure that I'm always, you know, going in everywhere in the best shape possible, making sure that, you know, my mind's right, making sure that, you know, if I'm injured, I'm taking care of it, I'm eating right, just doing the little things every day makes it a very easy process to fit in other places.
So we're now up to 2022, and you've had the college recruiting process going on this entire time, but what was it like for you, and what made you want to decide to play in the NCAA at the Division III level as opposed to continuing maybe another junior route?
Yeah, I aged out of juniors, and my only other options was to play, you know, either NCAA college hockey or ACHA college hockey, and at the time, and I see ACHA teams, you know, slowly rising up in terms of skill level, but at the time, NCAA D3 was definitely much more respectable than ACHA at any level, and you know, I just decided that that's what I wanted to do. My dad was very, you know, happy to see me commit to college. He never thought growing up I'd be a college hockey player from the route that I had, especially playing 2 years of JV hockey in high school and never making a AAA team. So it was very, you know, big accolade of mine to be able to commit to a team. And my first year, Coach Keating at the time was the one recruiting me and really just sold me on the program, sold me on him as a coach. He was a draft pick to the MLB actually, but he played D1 baseball and football at Northeastern, or excuse me, baseball and hockey at Northeastern. So, you know, definitely knew what he was talking about and got me there. So.
And from 2022 to 2026, you attended Riviera University, 15 goals and 14 assists in 93 games played, but Riviera was a relatively new program and had been more recently established. What made you want to be a part of the founding fathers or the founding pieces there up in Riviera?
So the biggest thing for me was I feel as a new program, they're not stuck in their ways, and I was hoping, and exactly what I got out of it, that I'd have a voice there and I'd be able to input my opinions on things and still change, and that's exactly what we were able to do. You know, it's a brand new program. If you go to a bigger program, sometimes, you know, you're just a player there, which is completely fine and respectable. But at this, I felt more than a player. I felt like a piece of a building block into something that's going to be, you know, bigger than me. So I was very excited to take on that venture, and that's exactly what happened there. So.
How was the skill level playing at the NCAA Division III level different from your previous ventures rising up? And like, how did the game change?
Yeah, D3 is just a more refined game. It's a bit faster. You got guys coming from a lot of, you know, different leagues, not all Premier League. Premier guys, for example, you'll get NOL guys, even some USHL guys. You'll get D1 guys drop down. So it's a plethora of different skill level combined into, you know, different teams. So in that way, it was just a more structured game. You can't just kind of do whatever you want. You got to play the right way and do your thing. And if you want to, you know, be effective out there, and it was good hockey. I mean, I remember my first couple D3 games thinking like, wow, these are men that I'm playing against right now. These are some big boys. So it was pretty cool to experience that. And then, you know, I slowly felt it, into that same way my senior year, that I was, bigger and more effective out there. So.
And in that final season you had, so pretty much up until this year now we're at, but you were named the captain. What made you a good leader and someone that they wanted to appoint in that position of leadership?
I think two things, earned me that accolade. And, this was a vote through my own teammates. It wasn't coach handpicking people. We did a team vote, and my name came across the desk the most. Me and my two other co-captains, Carter Poulin and Devin Jolly. And I think the two things is one, I'll speak my mind, and if I think something's not right or I think something should be different, I'll say it to who it needs to be said to. And I think another thing is I like to lead by example. So every single day at practice, I show up early, I stretch, I make sure that I never miss a pass in practice, try my best at least to do the little things right, and work my bag off every day in every single rep and every drill. And I've been doing that since I was 10 years old. And I know anyone who knows me, all my buddies, they can attest to that. That's just how I live my life. So I think that was probably the biggest factor, alongside me being a fairly vocal player and a vocal guy in the locker room. So that combination, I think, is what earned that accolade.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? SkyZone Beluxy at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. SkyZone Beluxy truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at SkyZone Beluxy.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty, on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshee Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshee Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit FosheeResidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Benvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Benvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates so flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back out of our Chick-fil-A first intermission report. We bring you into our Aaron's second period. Let's take a quick look at our game summary up until this point. The Thunderbirds lead the Breakers 2-0. Batita at 5-16 with his 12th of the year, followed by Roman Kramer at 15:09 on the power play to make it 2-0 Twin City. Borodkin with 12 saves. Boris Babik with 9 of his own. The game stats not much different. 2-0. Shots 14-9. Twin City 1 for 2 on the power play. The Breakers are 0 for 1. 4 penalty minutes for Biloxi, 2 for Twin City. Borodkin has to make a quick little stick save to begin things, and Christo will bust it ahead for Bartlett. Bartlett, a giveaway through the neutral zone, taken by Case and Gallant. Drop back for Johansson, who finds Gallant again. Up ahead, Zach White, out of his reach, controlled by Christo to the near side. Koch, one touch for Bartlett. Christo sweeps it back out to center. Bartlett took out Johansson. Here's Blacksmith for Koch. Koch to the middle, and it gets all the way through the blue line and out. 2-0 Thunderbirds in this Sunday matinee. Final meeting between these two teams. Thunderbirds trying to catch the PD Ice Cats. Here's Ross Bartlett with a quick shot. Held by Babik, and he'll draw a whistle. 19:08 to go. Pikarczyk. And his line out there looks like taking the draw will be Gellerman. Centering Roti and Pikarczyk once again here in this second period. False start on the draw. And it will be possessed by Twin City. Connor Craig. A pass to Dumas on the near side wall. On over to Spinelli. Spinelli finds Roti. Kept alive. Now here's Spinelli again. He hits the break. Shoots one. Tipped on its way. And Gellerman fighting to get it on goal. And then he got hit up high with a stick, it looked like, which was eventually grabbed by a Thunderbird. And with 18:51 to go, we'll have another face-off coming. Near side circle for Gellerman and co. Up against him is Chris Mott. It's a clean win for Gellerman. Out to Roti. His shot blocked down, taken by the Thunderbirds and sent out. Pikarczyk can't nudge it by Connor Craig. Up ahead, it's Dominic Dumas leading the charge. Breakers with the first 2 shots to begin this second period. Twin City still searching for their first. Here's a turnover. Matonak working on Mott. Mott has some time. Across for Hanley, quick shot. Save made by Borodkin. Roti pivots the other way in transition. Looking to make a move with a self-pass down the wall. Sweeps it ahead for Pikarczyk. Takes a big, heavy hit from Matt Garcia. Royer locks up Mott. Pikarczyk and Hanley join the scrum over on the near side. Babik for Dumas. Dumas disrupted by Fisher, able to finish the task, get it out. Chris Mott on for Schnapp. Schnapp to the middle looking for Garcia, turned over. 3-on-2 for the Breakers in transition. Here's Fisher with Roti. His shot blocked down. It looked like that one certainly hurt from Hanley's reaction. Fisher to the middle looking for Haran. Haran, top of the key. Tiptoes the line, comes in down the slot, and his shot never made it all the way in on Babik. Back over for Royer. Up top, Thornton. Now Fisher's quick shot. Pinballed around on its way in. Hanley was the last to touch it, and eventually it's fought out. Fisher fanned on the clearing attempt. Finally able to send it down, but this one will be an icing. With 16:59 to go, draw returns to the Biloxi end. March 27th, 28th, next home weekend, Breakers become the Seawolves for 2 nights only. Get your tickets at the box office Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 this week, or on the day of the game, but arrive early if you're going to go that route. Johansson spins it down for Batista. Fisher up ahead to Carter Thornton. Thornton 2-on-2 with Haran. Cuts across to the middle. Thornton shoots. Save made by Babik, and he'll hold for a face-off. 16:44 to go in period number 2. Breakers will change out their line. A full change for Charlie Penn's crew. Blacksmith out there for the faceoff. Up against Nate Keeley. It's a win by Keeley in deep. Johansson up to Batista. Spinelli pulled up on him, plays the puck instead, and shoves it down lower. Hugo Koch tied up on the wall by James Farmer. Batista, a giveaway. Bartlett on goal, big save made. And then Koch locked up over on the far side. Farmer constricted with for a moment, and now has it. Up ahead, Spinelli in a foot race with Salak. He'll swing behind Borodkin's cage. And send it in deep. Bartlett's going to win the race, so no icing. Babick out to play it anyway. Johansson up ahead with a stretch pass. White had it, but couldn't handle it. Now the other way, a turnover. Batista in the offensive end. Meanders his way through to the middle. Quick shot up and into the netting for another whistle and a face-off with 15:50 to go in period number 2. Breakers out shooting the Thunderbirds 5-1 in this second period of action thus far. So some good pressure, but still yet to see it on the score sheet just yet. Gellerman and White in the Biloxi end. One out to Pastuca. Pastuca mishandled it. Roti pokes it along. Now battling with Pastuca, went through his legs. Not sure exactly how that happened, but Twin City has the puck again. Gallant for White. White to Kramer. Kramer missed the net. Took a funky bounce off the wall. Roti settles and didn't get much on it, looking to go over to the far side. Christo takes his time, finds Gellerman on the forehand. Up ahead to Bikarchek. Popped up in the air. Settled down by White behind the play. Gellerman taken out by Pastuca. 2-on-1 for the Birds. Through to Kramer. Craig on the follow. Big save, Borodkin with the left pad. Craig. Too strong for Zach White. Royer's got it. Royer will shoot it in. Babick slows it down. Inside 15 minutes ago, 2-0 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Kramer off the skate of Pamelion. It's controlled by Fisher now. Fisher up ahead. Thornton gloves it down to himself. Steps across the line. Holds on to the puck. Now down low. Horan ran into Babick. And he's down. Babick finally back into position. Has his stick. Here's Fisher. Fakes the shot. Sends it across to the tape of Blacksmith. Blacksmith trouble catching the saucer pass. And the other way, here comes Twin City. Pass intended for Mott, stolen away by Blacksmith. He was looking to stretch it out for Thornton. Hanley down the middle, quick shot is saved. Blacksmith. 4-on-3 the other way for Biloxi. Drops for Thornton. Now Pamelion, quick drive. Goes wide on the blocker side. Thornton, nice reverse hit on Hanley, who went down for a moment. He's okay. Hanley's taking a beating out there tonight as Pamelion takes down Jacob Schnapp. And when we return from this media timeout, the Thunderbirds will head to the power play. 13:41 to go. Jacob Schnapp draws a call. And we'll take a moment and be back. 2-0 Breakers trailing here in Twin City.
At Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport, we make it easy to drive the new Hyundai you want at the price you need. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. That's serious value right here on the coast. Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
And we welcome you back. My name's Devin Dobeck, along with you on Breakers TV and 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Pomelian assessed a 2-minute minor for tripping, and the Breakers will head shorthanded for the third time tonight. They're 1 for 2 on the kill. Face-off is shoved in deeper. Christo battles with Dumas. Now Salak being worked on by Spinelli. Bunts it ahead for Batista. Batista saucer to area. Pastuca's got it. Now to the tape of Salak, back for Pastuca. Salak again, near side circle. Down low, Dumas. Dumas around the wall for Salak. To the point, Pastuca. Now Salak. Quick pass, too hot to handle. Roti escorts it for Gellerman. 2-on-2 shorthanded for Biloxi. Roti's pass intended for Gellerman, got away. Now here's Mott, near circle. Winds his way around the goal. Up to the point, Pastuca. Quick shot. Tipped on its way in and wide. Thornton up ahead past Roti for a clear. Two 2-0 Thunderbirds. 12.5 minutes to go in this Aaron's second period. And another 50 seconds on the Pomelian minor for tripping. Gallant shoots it ahead, knocked down by Pikarczyk. Taken by Dumas. Kramer shimmies his way to the goal. White couldn't bury it. Right on the doorstep, a brilliant save from Borodkin. Shots 18-14 in favor of the Thunderbirds. In the period, Biloxi has 5, Twin City has 4. Gallant back to work. Shimmies, shakes, heads outside the circle with time and space. Over to Craig, back for Gallant. Veilleux almost broke it up. Fisher couldn't spear it along with him. Gallant hits the pipe. And now the other way, shorthanded. Biloxi had a moment. Fisher overskated and lost a handle on it. Not sure how that happened. Looked like it could have been a 3-on-1 maybe. As Veilleux will bank it back out to center, and we're back to full strength. Pomelian out of the box now. Pass across, empty net, they score. Keeley from a low angle on the near side, found some room. Borodkin, not enough time to recover. And Nate Keeley picks up his 10th of the season to make it 3-0 Twin City just after the power play expires. $11:29 to go. Period number 2. And the deficit's just gotten a little bigger for the Breakers. Matonak, too strong for Spinelli. Hugo Koch picks it up. Spinelli battles on the wall, comes away with the puck. Through the logo, ahead for Blacksmith. Drop for Bartlett, down low, Blacksmith again in the corner. Blacksmith looking to go short side. Bartlett touched it through. Spinelli shimmies his way by Jacob Schnapp. Blacksmith at the point. Back for Spinelli. Spinelli winds down low. Shot from a low angle. Turned aside. Matonak finds Hugo Koch. Koch backhand saucer to the point for Spinelli. He handles it. Takes a hit from Schnapp. Koch centers. Stolen away by Harwell and lifted out. Approaching the midway point, period number 2. Breakers trail 3-0 on the road here in this final of a 3-3. Spinelli over the line. Shoots, steered aside by Babick. Blacksmith down low for Hugo Koch. Koch finds Matonak. Shoots! Rebound. Blacksmith had a chance. And it jumped away from him with the puck on edge. Johansson to work the other way. Through a couple breakers. Has it in deep. Hit into the boards by Pomelian. Bartlett skips through a couple birds. And then finally lost the handle. Blacksmith waiting for Bartlett to touch up before the entry. Here it is. Blacksmith towards the goal. Centers one. Pomelian stepping up down low. Tried to rip it high and tight. It gets by everyone all the way back down the length. 9:40 to go. In this second period, shots 20-15 in favor of the Thunderbirds, who lead at 3-0. Gellerman forces a steal. Nice entry by Matt Gellerman. Quick shot, he scores! What a play by Matthew Gellerman at the blue line. Relentless effort, able to win the possession, and fires over the blocker side of Babick, and Biloxi is on the board. Number 22 checking in. Wow, a highlight reel goal for Gellerman, and it's 3-1. Sensational effort from the rookie. And just like that, he's got his 4th of the year, 3rd as a breaker. Brilliant play that time. 9:25 to go. In this second period, Breakers are on the board. Christo ahead for Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk, pass intercepted, intended for Roti. Roti went to Batita. Pastuca slaps one down the length, and this will be an icing, leading us into our next media timeout. Matt Gellerman has Biloxi on the board here as we step aside. 3-1 Thunderbirds.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport. .906 to go, period number 2. Devin Dobeck along with you across the midway point here in Winston-Salem on the campus of Wake Forest. Breakers trying to chip away at this Twin City advantage. Off the face-off, a tie-up. Bartlett battles to help Blacksmith get possession. It goes through to Koch and now sent ahead 2-on-1 for the Birds. Batita walks in, sends it across. Salak diving, stop Anton Borodkin. One of his best of the night. Batita did a great job of misdirecting both the Breaker defense and Anton Borodkin with what decision he was going to make with the puck. Found Salak a little bit tardy, and Salak forced it on goal. Borodkin able to recover in time, comes up with a big stop. Royer and Keeley now. And it's a face-off. One to Connor Craig. Craig shoots, pad save, rebound. Salak missed the net. Golden opportunity for him to pot one. Royer near side. Rubbed off the puck by Keeley. Salak 1-on-4. 4 white shirts around him. He gets stapled into the wall. Good hit from Matthew Horan. Or Haran, excuse me. Spinelli zigs and zags his way. Sends it to the near side. Royer will flip it in. Craig ahead for Keeley. Now Craig again. Craig walks in. Quick shot, pad save, Borodkin. Salak hit by a couple breakers into the wall. Haran, nice between the legs feed for Thornton. Can't swivel away from White. Comes back on the back check to help out. White's got it. Bank pass for Johansson off the wall. Johansson swings down low, backhands. And it goes high and wide. Batita down for Zach White to the slot. Schnapp fanned on the shot attempt. Schnapp, another good backhand pass. Mott's shot turned aside by Borodkin. 7:38 to go. Another whistle and a face-off set to come.
Gellerman and Mott. 22 on 22 back in the breaker end. It's a tie-up controlled by Gellerman. Up the wall to Pikarczyk. Breakers can go quick with numbers if they want. Hard pass too strong for Roti to catch up to off the wall. Farmer hit into the boards by Roti. Pikarczyk pinching his way down low, rubbed off by Mott. Back up to his feet as Mott being harassed on the forecheck by Roti. Up ahead, here's Dumas. Couple hesitations, gets by Christo all the way around, centers, and it got through everything to Mott on the near side. Mott through the circle, walks in, poked away by Blacksmith. Surveys up ahead to Roti. Looking to go east to west, couldn't get the pass off, finally muscles it to Matonak. Up ahead, Pikarczyk, got a stick on it, gets it right back. Looking to wind for Christo, taken away again. 6:40 to go in this second period of action. Hugo Koch hits the brakes, looking to center. Ross Bartlett's got it. Another pass goes to no man's land and taken away. Gallant overskated it. Koch on the forecheck, breaks up the play. Gallant goes down. Behind the goal, here's Johansson. On over for White. White to the near side. Up ahead for Case and Gallant. Gallant for Kramer. Across the line. Pamelian battles in the wall with Kramer. Blacksmith joins the party. Takes down Kramer and wins the battle for Biloxi. Spinelli from north to south. Quick shot. Pad save made by Babic. And lifted out once again. White in all alone. What a pass. What a play on the back end. Good strong back check from Pamelian, and no, he's going to go for a hook here. Babic heading to the bench. Breakers are going to head short-handed. 5:40 to go. And Pamelian to the box once again. Airborne puck that dropped right in the breadbasket of Zach White. Had a chance in all alone had it not been for the hook. And so Pamelian is going to have to sit for two. Breakers back to the Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Batita ties it up, sent to the point. Pastuca spins around, plays it for Salak. Salak plays catch with Pastuca. Couple veterans here. No Cole Crowder, no Grant Bondi in the lineup for Twin City tonight. Pastuca back for Batita. Across, Salak, quick shot. And it looked like Christo ate that one. Shaking out his right hand, he's in some pain. Batita across for Mott, on goal. Save made by Borodkin. Thornton fighting to get it out. Then he's taken down by Batita. At the point. Batita into the circle. Thornton collects a turnover, and he's going to take the time he's got to skate it out. He'll shoot it in deep. Batita will collect. Inside 5 minutes to go in this second period. Batita across the blue line. Rips by Matonak in deep. Spinelli converges on the puck with Batita. To the near side, Salak. Salak to the point for Connor Craig. Across for Chris Mott. Mott to the wing for Salak. Salak, top of the key now. Back for Mott. Good cycling from Twin City. Now the other way. Pikarczyk will carry. 2-on-1 with Roti, and he's offside. That will take us into our next media timeout. Breakers trail 3-1. Back in a splash.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Twin City leads at home here in a must-win game. Breakers, the last team to score, courtesy of Matt Gellerman with a great individual effort. Looks like Monroe and PD has not resumed just yet, according to my live score update on the Fed website. Still says delayed there, so I'm not sure if that's continuation of Friday or if there's another delay here tonight. Thornton, nice spin move. Stick handles through some traffic and skates it back into his own end. Now that is veteran penalty killing here. Thornton sticks it down for Connor Craig. Craig shakes off the forecheck of Thornton and sends it ahead. Thornton back for Spinelli. Spinelli to the tape of Horan, who's then taken down. No call coming. White. As Pamelion released from the box, Breakers back to full strength, but not before. Nate Keeley. Roman Kramer combined for a good one. Keeley, second of the night, just as the penalty had expired, gives Twin City a 4-1 lead, back up to 3. And the workload grows for Biloxi. Blacksmith and Salak will do it. Face-off is tied up by Salak and now controlled. Batida over the line. Walks in to the middle. Salak at his stick jam. Salak on Batida on the follow, turned aside. Fisher takes a big hit from John Batida in the middle. Salak fighting for it. Schnapp shot goes down into the corner. Then Christo's flipped over by Jacob Schnapp and then gives him a slash. Not sure what that could have all been about. Christo laboring as Borodkin struggling to cover it. Still a battle. They score. No goal, says the official. Red light went on, and we will continue to play. All kinds of chaos going on here. Fisher, Koch, nice hit on Dom Dumas, and now 3-on-2 for Biloxi the other way. Koch across for Blacksmith. Blacksmith's shot is gloved by Babic. 2:37 to go. Another face-off will come in the offensive zone for Biloxi. Shots 29-18 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Gellerman and Mott once again. It's been a theme here, 22-on-22, and it's won by the Thunderbirds. Hanley ahead for Dumas, sent out for Troy Harwell to carry. Harwell rubbed off into the wall by Spinelli, but keeps possession. Now Dumas from a low angle. Turned aside by Borodkin. Another chance in front. Loose puck spits over to the point. Hanley all the way around for Dumas. Dumas from a low angle. Missed the net. 125 seconds to go in this Aaron's second period, as Borodkin covers up another one with 2:01 remaining and draws another face-off. Still no update on this PD Monroe game. Shots in this one, 34-18 Thunderbirds, 20-9 in the frame. Breakers once led in that department 5-1. So Twin City with 19 of the last 23 shots on net. Zach White in the corner. Battles with Royer. 4-man scrum. Loads up in the near side. Now Kramer winds one back on Borodkin. Save made. The rebound. Gallant fights for it. There's A.J. Schlepp helping get it to Thornton, who will lift it out to safety. Pastuca sweeps it right back out the other way. Zach White over the blue line. Down low for Kramer. Back to White. Up to the point. Walking in. Johansson shoots the rebound. Oh my goodness, did Borodkin make the glove save? He did. Laying down on his back, comes up with a big one. A brilliant save, maybe the best we've seen tonight from Borodkin. Keep it at 4-1. What a grab. Blacksmith and Keeley now. Face off, won by Biloxi. Fisher up ahead to Koch. Banked out into the neutral area and then sent right back in. 1 minute remaining in this Aaron's second period. Twin City with 2 goals, Biloxi with 1 in the frame. It's 4-1 Twin City through 39 minutes. Batida shot whistles over the crossbar and wide. Back at the point, Kramer shoots it down low. Salak couldn't handle it. Matonak to the near side for Hugo Koch. Into the middle, Batida disrupted. Blacksmith ahead for Koch. Final 30 seconds to go. Koch across. Matonak, quick shot. Snuffed out by Keeley. And banked ahead, but not out. Bartlett hesitated and then had his stick tied up. Couldn't get a shot away after all that. Trey Fisher back to retrieve. 10 seconds left. Blacksmith to the tape of Koch. Koch for Blacksmith again. Swept in front, and Pikarczyk had a chance to bury it and couldn't. What a feed from Blacksmith and Koch working together. And the Breakers will take a 4-1 deficit into the room to gear up for this 9 out of 9 total regulation periods in this season series. Shot totals 36-18 in favor of the Thunderbirds. As we step aside for our second intermission report, don't go anywhere.
And now your favorite memory from your time playing college hockey at Rivier.
I think my favorite memory would be sophomore year. Like you said, it was a newer program, so we had no championships won, not many tournaments played at all, and we went up to the Castleton tournament in upstate Vermont my sophomore year, and we won the whole championship Thanksgiving tournament, and that was just the first piece of hardware that our program brought back. I contributed out there, had a couple goals and an assist, and it was just so fun, and it was just a blast, just being with the boys to actually, take that program that started off from absolutely nothing and to taking that hardware home was probably my favorite memory.
And so after this season finally came to an end at Rivier, you decide that you're going to turn into a professional. How would you characterize your style of play coming into your professional journey?
Yeah, so I value I think my best asset as a player is my skating, and I think that the way I play is kind of like a two-way forward with skill. So I like to be F1. I'm a big forecheck guy, and try and get my D-zone principles to be very effective with the skill set and athleticism to score goals. So I think that my goal for this team is to turn over as many pucks as possible and bury my chances in the slot, which I've definitely gotten already. So I'm looking forward to finishing out strong here, and I continue to be, a dog on the forecheck. That's just naturally, what I find myself always being on the ice is the hard F1. So continuing that with my teammates and setting them up, and then, bearing the rebounds or the chances I get in the slot.
Your rookie debut came a few weeks ago on the road in Columbus ahead of the home and home. You take your rookie lap out there, a huge, beautiful arena they got over there at the Columbus Civic Center.
Take us through the emotions going through your head going out there for that lap.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, and in college there's a couple games every now and then where you're going to get a lot of fans, but for the majority of it you're playing in smaller rinks with not many fans. The barn isn't always the best, and I went out there in the rookie lap and I saw like 1,000 people staring at me for warm-ups, banging on the glass, giving me the thumbs down because I was on the away team, and it was just surreal. I really felt like a pro in that moment, and it was very cool, very special moment.
And furthermore, you spoke to how you've kind of felt like an underdog your entire hockey career, always been counted out or the smallest, or not on the best team. But as you're taking that lap out there, did you have a second to process, like, wow, I found a way to do it and I did it my way?
Yeah, kind of. I honestly wasn't even thinking much about that at that time. I was more just focused on, having a good impression for Coach Penner and making sure that I take advantage of the opportunity because, if I didn't have a good game, I may not be sitting here right now. So I was more focused on that. But after the game and talking to my dad, my mom, and even my sister, and even all my teammates back home giving me congratulations. I had like a little watch party for me and my other roommate, actually, who turned pro also. And, that was kind of when I really realized, like, this is pretty cool. Like, I achieved something that a lot of players might never achieve, and it's a special moment. So, absolutely.
So we come a couple more games now. I believe you got, 6 under your belt? 8?
Yeah, I think it's six games played,
But you have a goal waved off at home. You thought you got one. They ruled a hand pass, which was a little controversial, but then you finally get your first one, and it definitely wasn't how you might have expected it. It was last weekend in Blue Ridge. You were the last to touch a puck, and then one of their defenders on Blue Ridge put it in his own net. And is that ever how you thought it would happen? Is that?
No, not at all. Nothing to brag about there. But that's just a part of my game. Like earlier, the hard F1 forecheck. A couple of hard steps out of him, made him cough it up right into their net, and lucky to get be the last one to touch the puck. But yeah, I mean, definitely not how you draw that up, but I'm not going to be telling my kids that one day when they ask how it happened. So
put the puck on the bureau and say it was a snipe and it was awesome.
Absolutely.
We'll have it
through the legs, backhand, bar down.
So continuing on here, we're wrapping up our interview, but what do you like about playing here in Biloxi, and what are your relationships like with your teammates and coaches after being here about a month or so now?
Absolutely. I mean, I like I said, I had no idea what to expect when I came here, and driving in, seeing the beach, and meeting the boys, it was just it was pretty cool. I really enjoy the guys that I'm here with. I already found some good friends that I know I'm going to have for a long time. Meeting people like yourself, meeting people like Coach Penner, being able to give me that opportunity is very special, and I really enjoy my time here so far, and it's been great. It's been everything and more than I could have expected, and I'm looking forward to hopefully staying here as long as possible and helping the Breakers get a lot more wins for the end of this year and in years to come. So.
And just 10 more games left this season for this group. Out of the playoffs, 5 of them are against the Zydeco, are also out of the playoffs. Those games before you got here, pretty chippy. There was a line brawl involved, but just with 10 games left and not any trophy or glory to play for, what is the goal for this group? What is the objective for the rest of the season?
I think the objective is to set the tone and show everyone, even though we're not playing for something, that we are capable of winning games and capable of playing the right way and carry that into next season. And, it doesn't matter that we're not playing for playoffs right now, because at the end of the day, every time you step on the ice with the logo in front of you, you got to play with pride for that logo that you're playing for. It doesn't matter what the occasion is. And I think that just making sure that everyone, sets the tone for next year and finishes strong for themselves and for the fans, for the town, and for everyone that represents the Biloxi Breakers logo is the most important. So that's how I'm going to finish up, and I think that's what the message, with the team is going to finish up with. So
I think that's excellent. I think that's everything that we could ask for as an organization for these final 10 games. But Al, I'd like to leave the podium with you for the end of the interview. So first off, a message to your friends and family who may be watching.
Thank you for all the support. Wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, family and friends. My father and my mother, they supported me since I was a young kid. My little sister supported me since I was a young kid, and they watched me go through every single, tryout, getting cut, all the tears, all the happiness they've been through every single moment. And, it's only just getting started now. And for all my friends, I mean, having the competitive nature with them to train in the summers and having the support when you need it most during the season, that's what it's all about. It's making the memories and, helping each other grow as athletes and as people, because at the end of the day, life's more than just hockey, but having that support is what allowed me to get to this point, and I hope that I could have been that same support for other people along their journey. So,
and then finally, your message to the fan base here in Biloxi.
I'm new, so I'm still getting to meet all you guys, but it's been a pleasure meeting the people I've already met. I had a blast at my first jersey auction. I couldn't believe that people were bidding on my jersey for that much after playing here for a couple of days. It was just very, very cool feeling. And, looking forward to playing for you guys and, helping the Breakers get more wins.
Well, that's Al Roti here on episode 31. A great interview. Awesome to have you. One of the newer guys on the team. We're still going to have another handful of episodes of Breaker Banner, so please come on and join us at the Hard Rock Cafe. We got a pretty good crowd. This is actually, you might be in the top 5 as far as attendance for an episode here, Al.
Yeah,
so just hang your hat on that. Some of the boys, you mentioned your new teammates you've been hitting it off with. Some of the boys are here for you, so it's been an absolute blast. And then we got
for those who don't see, there's about 300 people in the back. Yeah, no, it's been a blast. I mean, it's a pleasure to be able to come over here and speak for everyone, and it's just great. It's just everything and more that I could have ever, hoped for. So very excited. And again, just the beginning. So looking to keep growing as a player, as a person, and, helping everyone get wins with this program.
Well, that's Al Roti. My name's Devin Dobek. I'll be back momentarily to wrap up episode 31 of Breaker Banter.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? SkyZone Beluxy at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. SkyZone Beluxy truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at SkyZone Beluxy.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshee Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshee Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit FosheeResidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Benvo Orthopedic specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Benvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores, that's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates so flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
Johnson in front to Mack. Borodkin, are you kidding me? In front, Thornton. Scar! Carter Thornton. Bayou closing and shoots and scars. Celebu Bayou. centering on Royer on goal. Star! A.B. Royer! Couple rights from Schlepp, loses his helmet, continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over the top. Spinelli gets a right off. Scaldi comes back with one. Spinelli another right. Scaldi misses. Oh, Spinelli tagged him in the face. And out to Fisher's one-timer. He scores! Trey Fisher. Stoya through traffic shoots. Deflection. Ross Bartlett scores! And all alone. He shoots the rebound. Big save, Rahul Sharma. Pikarczyk from the circle shoots. He scores! Lucas Pikarczyk. The hash in front. They score! It's Declan Flanagan. And we welcome you back out of our Coastal Prince second intermission. We gear up for the Half Shell Oyster House third period of work. Take a look at our game summary up through 40 minutes at this point. 2 goals in the first period for the Thunderbirds. Batita's 12th at 5:16, and Kramer with his 22nd on the power play at 15:09. Into the second period, Nate Keeley got the scoring started at 8:31 with his 9th of the year. Matt Gellerman made a great play for his 4th of the season at 10:32 across the midway point, and then at 16:27, Nate Keeley strikes again on the doorstep. 4-1, Twin City leads this one, as we'll now take a quick peek at our game stats. Breakers came out hot to begin the second period as far as pressure goes, but it tapered off throughout the frame. So they're being outshot 36-18. Twin City 1 for 4 on the power play. Biloxi 0 for 1. 8 penalty minutes versus 2. Twin City, a very disciplined team. They don't go to the box too often, and I think tonight a perfect example of that. Breakers looking to chase 3. They'll head now from left to right. The Thunderbirds from right to left. Both teams have returned to the ice. Final of 9 periods of regulation time this weekend. Another 20 seconds posted on the clock ahead of our ensuing puck drop. 6:12 local time. 5:12 back on the Gulf Coast. Still no update from Monroe and PD. Game has been delayed even further. I'm very curious as to what that may be due to. Maybe I'll check out their social media channels in our next media timeout, but for now, we'll drop it. Blacksmith and White get us started here. And White comes away with the possession. Immediately sent in on Anton Borodkin. Christo ahead for Blacksmith. Blacksmith threads it through in search of Hugo Koch, who was hindered with and pulled down. Pamelian, a little bit of pressure on the forecheck, now back the other way. Pamelian trying to recover, delayed offside for a moment, then Bartlett fanned on the pass attempt. He's taken down. White saucers to the middle. Kramer down low looking for another tap in for Kaysen Galan, and it's pounced on by Borodkin with 19:22 to go. Both teams will make some changes. It's the Gellerman line out there again against, you guessed it, the Mott line. A lot of line matching going on, it feels, between these two head coaches. Harry and Pens. Now Craig with a quick shot. Pad save Borodkin. Looked like Craig was trying to go 5-hole from the point there. Roti wheels around to the near side. Through center across the blue line. Spun around by Craig. Lost a hold on the puck. Spinelli steps up and punches it back down low. Craig back for Pastuca. And once again sent up and out of play. Looks like everybody's okay, but that one came right up towards the broadcast booth here. Whoever's on the clock has quite the finger, because they have been stopping it a couple seconds ahead of me every whistle, it feels like. So we keep trying to have to do some damage control and match the numbers again, As we're back underway, Hanley, D-to-D for Garcia, who we didn't see much of in period 2. Hanley back for Garcia again. Good forecheck from Royer, but goes unsuccessful. Now here we go. Backhand opportunity for Keeley, searching for the hat trick, and a save made by Borodkin. Thornton taps it down, got a piece of it, but it'll be an icing regardless. And another face-off coming, 18:25 to go. The Royer line out there with Fisher, Thornton, Horan, and Christo. Banked out of the zone by Christo. Recorded his first assist in the loss last night, his first point as a breaker as well. Had a goal and 3 assists with the Danbury hat tricks before coming over, and now finally has his first point as a breaker. Horan to the middle, Thornton's quick shot. Not sure it got all the way through. Horan again, quick release, snuffed out. Far side, Batita run into by Horan. Drive from Pamelion is held by Babic. 17:49 to go. Go back to that top line, Blacksmith, Koch, and Bartlett. 3 of the fresher faces over the past couple months for Biloxi. They've worked well together. Blacksmith back for Koch. To the point, Spinelli. Spinelli swings down low for Bartlett, locked up with Farmer. Puck spits free. Nice battle by Bartlett to ease it up, but Twin City comes away with it, and they will clear. Referees wave off icing this time. Pamelion sweeps it back for Spinelli far side. He hits the brakes, but Zach White's forecheck wins it away from him. In front, Kramer. To the middle, backhand opportunity for Galan offline. 17:20 to go, 4-1 Thunderbirds. Another save is made by Borodkin here. Kramer finds Farmer. Farmer down low, Pamelion. Gives it right back to Kramer. Kramer moseys his way down low. Pamelion off the side of the cage plays it, and Bartlett will send it out. Johansson in control now. Up ahead to Kramer. Kramer across for White. Enters the zone. Drop for Kramer. Nobody home. Connor Craig there to take it. Back for Yuri Pastuka. Arwell. For Mott. Mott hindered with for a moment. Gellerman runs into Harwell, who then dumps Gellerman. Fisher. Slowing it down. Moves to his backhand out of the zone. Gave it right back to Twin City. About 4 minutes gone by here in period number 3. Scores 4-1 in favor of the Birds. Mott on goal. Save Borodkin. The follow is also held. It's 16:07 to go. And we'll have to drop it again. Three games in 3 days is a marathon for anybody. But Twin City clearly playing with a sense of urgency. They know how valuable these 3 points are. If the Monroe Moccasins win tonight, then they'll be within 5 points of the playoff picture. PD Ice Cats slowly starting to feel things slip through their fingers, but staying alive. AJ Schlepp calling out Matt Garcia. He's going to go for a penalty here for instigating or roughing. Then he's going to just jump him and feed him a few rights. Garcia turtling, Schlepp a couple hands. Now Salak getting involved. Everybody finding a dance partner. Down goes Garcia. I would imagine this would be reparation for Trey Fisher the other night, because Schlepp and Garcia had some words for one another. Garcia wanted no part of it, and Schlepp just went at him. This is going to take a while to sort out. Salak has his gloves off. Looks like Garcia still has some words for AJ Schlepp. And And we'll see how this all unfolds. Referee hanging on to Schlepp. And we'll see where they take him. Might be right to the room, and it will be. Garcia on his way to the box. Fired up. Wants to hear it from the crowd. And so we will step aside for a quick break while they get all these penalty times ironed out. We'll be back in a moment.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
In that quick break, a Garcia chant broke out from the Thunderbird faithful. And I would imagine Schlepp is going to definitely be done for the night, but we're going to continue to sit tight, see how the penalty sheet reacts here.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers.
Pikarczyk and Batita, the captains, looking on. And like I said, this is going to take some time to sort out. So bear with us here. While we have a moment, we'll show you firsthand what we mean about the Continental Division standings. Athens at the top, trying to clinch the division, but they lost last night to the Columbus River Dragons. River Dragons can't go higher than third place, so they're locked into that third spot. Ice Cats, if the Thunderbirds win, they'll be at 67 points, and there's still 2 games to play between PD and Twin City, so those could be some entertaining affairs. Biloxi and Baton Rouge are out. That's what the playoff picture looks like in the Continental. You see 3 teams have punched their tickets. And now we'll take a look at the Empire. Binghamton has clinched the division yet again. Another year for them that's just been absolutely off the charts. 128 points this year. Followed by Port Huron, Blue Ridge, Topeka, and Danbury. Danbury, an outside chance to get in. They'd need a lot of help and a lot of Topeka losses. But still possible. Watertown and Indiana out in that division. And then the upcoming schedule for your Breakers the rest of the way appears as so. Next weekend, Seawolves weekend, March 27th and 28th, as they'll battle the Zydeco. Louis Dumont in the house, all-time ECHL points and assist leader. Cool opportunity to get involved if you can't before the final home weekend on April 3rd and 4th with the Blue Ridge Bobcats coming back to town for their 5th and 6th meetings. And then the Breakers close out with a 3-3 in Baton Rouge with the Zydeco. Still no penalty time up on the scoreboard. It looks like Veilleux will serve the penalty assessed to Schlepp. Schlepp and Garcia both given 5 for fighting as of now. I would imagine Schlepp's going to have some sort of 2 and 10 added there in one capacity or another. Salak has been placed in the box as well for his involvement as the third man in. And so we'll continue to wait patiently here. We'll go to another word from our sponsors in the meantime.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
So they gave, this is interesting, 4-minute penalty being served by Ross Bartlett. A 2-minute penalty being served by Donheven Veilleux. And now they've taken off the Veilleux penalty, and it's going to be 5-on-4 double minor. So Bartlett's the only one that will be served formally. Interesting. Another Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. And still some explanations being doled out here. Let's see if the live stats have updated for us. They gave Schlepp an instigator call. Donheven Veilleux on the sheet has been assessed a minor for roughing, but I think that they mean that that's a Schlepp penalty. Who knows, though? Nothing on Salak given 2 for roughing as well. Garcia given 5 for fighting. Schlepp 5 for fighting. So it's a double minor penalty for the Thunderbirds. Kramer across for Gallant. Now up to the point. Craig, quick shot, tipped and goes through the 5-hole. Borodkin still free. Everybody jamming on it. Lifted up, and Keeley denied. Gallant, a drop pass for White. Across looking for Kramer. It's banked out all the way once again, and Kramer will slow it down. Case and Gallant. Holds in the near circle. Pass intercepted by Roti, and he sends it down the length. 1 minute gone by here on this kill. Breakers trail by 3, scores 4-1 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Shot in by Mott. Pomelian and Schnapp converge. Pomelian between the legs gets it deeper in his own end. Next whistle will be immediate timeout. Batida to the point. Pistuka across for Schnapp. Schnapp goes down, but able to play it to Dumas. Back to Schnapp above the far circle. Down low for Dumas in the corner. Swept around behind the cage for Batida. Now up ahead, it's Mott again. Mott for Dumas, and Dumas scores. He can scratch one penalty off the board. That's the first half of the double minor, and the Thunderbirds are successful. They tuck one here, and it's 5-1, courtesy of Dominic Dumas. Fans loving it here at the Fairgrounds Arena, getting into it with the goal song. Still 5-on-4. The double minor I have not seen on the sheet just yet, so we're waiting to see how everything will update Connor Craig in his own end will begin the charge. There's a 10-minute aggressor game misconduct assessed to Schlepp. Here's Haran the other way. Haran lost a handle on it. And then he was given an instigator as well. Veyu a minor for roughing. Schlepp given an unsportsmanlike conduct, likely for the initial altercation. So that's where the double minor comes from, is the unsportsmanlike and the instigator. Gallant in tight, mishandled by Keeley. Spinelli flips it up and out of play. And with 13:08 to go, we have a whistle and a face-off. We'll go to break. Breakers trail 5-1 when we return.
When injury knocks you out, Benvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Benvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Spinelli assessed a 2-minute minor for delay of game. Will open up a lengthy 5-on-3 kill. Tasked with a large workload will be Thornton, Christo, and Pamelion for Biloxi. It's a face-off win. Good start for Twin City. Craig across for Kramer. Back to Craig. Down low for White. Across. Big save made by Borodkin. Now Thornton will carry it out on his own power. He's got all 3 shorthanded goals in franchise history. Gallant winds back below the end line, and he'll begin the charge. Gallant carries it across the line, drops back, Kramer scores. And the floodgates beginning to open here. Thanks to a surplus of power play time, and it's become a 6-1 game. Roman Kramer with his second of the evening, 23rd of the season. So the Thunderbirds looking for another one, still with 80 seconds to go on the Spinelli minor for delay of game. Half-shell Oyster House, third period here. Farmer across for Mott. Mott steps over the line. Burns Matonak out wide. Then slips by Fisher behind the goal. Skates it all the way to the near wing. Down low. Sent back for Mott. Mott across for Farmer. Farmer breaks the ankles of Gellerman. Gets a shot away, turned aside. Fisher fights to get it up to the point, but can't get it out. Johansson across, quick shot from Mott, missed everything. Harwell mixing in some power play time. Up for Johansson, back to Harwell. Harwell into the middle for Mott, quick shot, missed the net on the blocker side. 11:25 to go here, period number 3. Spinelli out of the box in the next 15 seconds, but not before we have a whistle and a face-off coming. Seven more games after tonight for the Biloxi Breakers in their inaugural season. Hope you can join us. 4 of those at home. next 2 weekends, Friday, Saturday nights, 7 o'clock. Christo locks up with Salak. Salak nudges it forward. Down into the corner now. Blacksmith able to clear, and that will do it for the Spinelli penalty. Shots are 50-19. Biloxi with just one in the frame through 9 minutes. But they're able to get this Raven and Rose penalty kill this time. Shot from the point, tipped on its way in, goes wide. Pistuka couldn't handle it. Blacksmith collects the puck, searching for a lane, and he'll just ladle it in deep. Hanley and Bartlett converge. Popped up off the blade of Koch. Salak can't settle. Blacksmith to the middle. Bartlett on the backhand has it. Tried to go back to his forehand. Had his stick slashed out of his hands. Wanted a call, didn't get it. Here comes Batista. Batista to work through the legs of Fisher. Quick shot and a better save. Borodkin. What a move from John Batista, the captain. 10:14 to go. Garcia released from the box. He'll head on back. Kellerman will do it again in the defensive end with Case and Gallant. And it's won by Gallant, but it comes all the way back out to center. And Twin City will need to reset. At the midway point here in period 3, shots in the period 15-1 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Around the wall, Spinelli has it. Fumbled it for a moment, then taken down. It's a turnover collected by Roti. Looking to squeeze by Johansson, locked up on the wall, still can't get free. Was being held for a moment, and a call coming against Twin City here with 9:42 to go. Johansson's gonna head to the box. Right after this media timeout, we'll take it. Breakers looking to climb back in with a goal here.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshee Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshee Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit FosheeResidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Johansson given 2 minutes for holding. 9:42 to go on the game clock here in regulation. The Breakers will head back to the walk-ons power play for just the second time here tonight. Blacksmith and Mott will do it. Face-off win out to the point. Pomelian across for Hugo Koch. Koch to the near far side, rather. Blacksmith can't catch up to it, and now here comes Mott again. Nice play with the stick by Pomelian to take a breakaway away from Jacob Schnapp. Sent around for Blacksmith. Across outside the reach of Pikarczyk. Now he has it and will carry. Pikarczyk. Around the wall for Blacksmith. Blacksmith. Sauces through to Koch, too strong off the blade, and he'll go track it down again. Pikarczyk up to the point for Koch. And it goes up and out of play at exactly the 9-minute mark. This clock guy is really giving me a hard time. He's getting me by 1 or 2 seconds every time. It's usually the opposite way where I have to take a couple off. Having to add more on now. Keeley and Blacksmith. And it's a win out to the point for Hugo Koch. Koch finds Bartlett, back to Koch. Into the middle, Blacksmith deflected it on goal. Big save made by Babick. Just the second shot of the period for the Breakers. Koch, near circle, walks in, looking in the middle. And Keeley has it, short-handed. Here come the Thunderbirds, 2-on-1 with Batida. It gets to him. Batida back in front, snuffed out. Pomelian. Such a big ad on the back end. It says forward on the roster, but he's a defenseman. His entire career in Danbury, he was a defenseman. Never really was a forward. Maybe played a few games, but he's a defenseman and showing why right now here in Biloxi. A couple great plays by him tonight on odd man rushes and on the back check. Really impressive stuff. Blacksmith looking on the doorstep for Pikarczyk. Taken away by Batida. 8 minutes to go. Keeley on goal. Borodkin will grab it. 7:57 remains in this third period. Another face-off coming. Shots in the game are 52-20 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Appreciate everybody spending their Sunday afternoon with us here in Winston-Salem on the campus of Wake Forest. Face off. Tied up in the corner. Now up ahead. Held by Connor Craig. Craig sweeps back for Farmer. Farmer back across for Craig. He'll carry across the far side of the ice. Gets by Spinelli. Now a battle down into the end wall. That will do it for the walk-ons power play. Breakers drop to 0 for 2 on the evening. Sent to the point. Farmer looking to shake off Roti. Settled by Gellerman and Matonak and eventually chipped up and out. Craig gloves it down in the middle. Chips it into the O-zone. Salak, quick shot. Save made by Spinelli off the leg. Breakout pass to Gellerman, the lone goal scorer for Biloxi tonight. He floats it kitty corner in past Babick. Inside 7 minutes to play in this third and final period. Good forecheck from Roti. Wins the possession for a moment, then gave it right back the other way. Gallant can't catch up to it. Christo meets him in the corner. Now Kramer along with him, looking in the middle. Kramer has it back across for Mott. Mott elected not to shoot, skates it to the near side and all the way out past Pastuca. 6-1, Twin City leads Biloxi. Here's Gallant closing in. He's flipped it into the skates of Don Heaven Veilleux. And Veilleux will carry it the other way. Here's Thornton towards the middle. Thornton in all alone now and then had his stick lifted, couldn't get the shot away, and a call coming. Carter Thornton draws a call on the good individual effort, and Twin City headed a man down again. It's Roman Kramer sent to the box. So the third power play opportunity for the Breakers set to get going. 0 for 2 tonight. Face-off controlled by Biloxi. Sent to the point by Bartlett. Pomelian for Koch. Quick shot off the post. That was a rip from Hugo Koch. Beat Babick, just couldn't beat the plumbing. Blacksmith back for Pomelian. Koch again. Looking in the middle for Bartlett. Too much threading that time. There were 3 Thunderbirds all around Bartlett, and they're able to clear. Final 5:40 to go. Period number 3. Pomelian for Bartlett. Bartlett floats it by Schnapp for Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk shoots it all the way around for Blacksmith to collect. Blacksmith sends it towards the middle. Through Garcia, has it back, looking back door for Bartlett, taken down in the process. Now Koch again, quick shot, save made. Pikarczyk trying to stuff it home. Bartlett had a chance, and good play from down on the ground by Cade Hanley. On the shorthand, there's a quick opportunity for Keeley. He's on hat-trick watch. Finds Schnapp in the middle. Schnapp on goal. Save made by Anton Borodkin. He's got 48 of those tonight. Gellerman drops for Koch. Koch on goal. Steered aside by the stick of Babic. Then Roti slings one high and off the window all the way back out to center. 30 seconds remain on the Kramer minor. Into the middle. Gellerman. Catch and release. Snuffed out by Johansson, but can't get it all the way out. Koch to the tape of Gellerman. Gellerman in front, a tap-in goal. What a feed from Matt Gellerman to Joetten Blacksmith. Blacksmith with his 14th of the season, his 8th as a breaker, and it makes it 6-2 with a power play goal. Matt Gellerman has made both these goals happen due to his relentless effort in the offensive zone. Make no mistake about it, he's been the best offensive player for Biloxi tonight. So 6-2 on the scoreboard now. 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Next whistle will be our final media timeout. Veilleux for Haran. Haran bumped in the middle by Kramer, still able to get it to Veilleux. Sent off the pad of Babic, then a short side try by Haran went wide. Thornton finds Haran, popped up Matonak into the middle, and Babic will cover with 4:04 to go. And we'll head to break for the final time tonight. Breakers trail by 4. Back in a moment.
When injury knocks you out, Benvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Benvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
.04 to go, period number 3. It's our Half-Shell Oyster House third period of work. Breakers get one back, courtesy of Joetten Blacksmith from Matt Gellerman. Gellerman with a goal and an assist, his second multi-point game as a breaker. Gellerman's been an exception here tonight, really playing some of his best hockey against all odds on the road. Thornton pulled down, and the Breakers are going to head back to the power play with 3:58 to go. Pastuca and Thornton Thornton just smiling at him. He likes to torment people after they make mistakes. And Pastuca is going to lose this argument and head to the box once again. And so Biloxi heads to the walk-ons power play for the third time tonight. They're 1 for 2. Face-off win out to the point for Pomelian. Pomelian lets it go, and Babic casually snags that one. 3:53 remain. Another tie-up on the draw. Roti pulls ahead for an aggressive win. Pomelian to the near side, Hugo Koch. Koch threads it through to Bartlett. Bartlett trying to get it back out to the point. Bartlett across again, looking for Blacksmith. Similar to what we saw in that last power play goal. Down low, Roti again. Back to Blacksmith, to the point, Pomelian. for Blacksmith again. Quick shot from Blacksmith. Up and into the netting. With 3:22 to go. Minute 25 to go in the Pastuca Minor. Face off is shoved forward. Garcia taking a beating in the corner from Bartlett and Roti. Flipped up and down into the corner. Final 3 minutes remaining in this third period. Roti from out of his own end. Kept alive by Bartlett over on to the far side. With it is Pamelion to the near side for Hugo Koch. Koch tied up on the wall. Gets it back to Bartlett through some contact. Bodies flying everywhere. Nobody can stay on their feet. Bartlett winds it up to Koch. Koch down low. Bartlett, what a deflection goal. On the power play, the Breakers scramble together a pair. And they've made it 6-3. Wow, Koch to the tape of Bartlett, and he's got to be one of the best deflection guys in the league. He's got 3 or 4 deflection goals as a Breaker alone. And just like that, it's 6-3. So, begs the question, of course, hindsight doesn't do much help in a hockey game, but had the Breakers not been shorthanded for that burst and given up a pair, we might be getting a little interesting here. Even if it's 5-3, things are interesting. But 6-3 is going to be a tough deficit to overcome here with 2:20 to go. Haran bumps it ahead looking for Veilleux. Nice hit on Garcia into the wall. Batita stretches it out, deflected by Matonak, and then Veilleux runs into Garcia again, and again. Caught him up high. No call coming from the officials. Garcia can't believe it. Things might boil over here momentarily. Then he throws a hit on Haran down on the half wall. Haran will lock him up into the corner. Finally releases. And the other way, Dumas centering pass. Batita missed the net. Veilleux. Afraid of no one out there. What a stop by Thornton to avoid the icing. That was quite the play as Veilleux going to get into it with Roman Kramer. Don Heaven Veilleux's first pro fight on the wall. Big right from Donnie Veilleux. Don Heaven Veilleux bringing it here. Takes him down to the ice. Kramer still trying to get free. What a bout that was from Veilleux. Kramer not one to fight much. And Veilleux clearly understanding the assignment. Garcia locked up with Christo. Christo's going to whip him down, and now Spinelli gets involved. Maybe a line brawl coming. Garcia has his helmet ripped off. He's been at the point of everything here. Oh my goodness. Pandemonium here in the late stages. I'm surprised they put Veilleux in the box because there's only 86 seconds to go, so he should have just went right down the tunnel. And once again, we're going to have some ironing out to do. So we'll head to a quick break. Still time here in Twin City, 6-3 Birds.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, D'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? SkyZone Beluxy at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. SkyZone Beluxy truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at SkyZone Beluxy.
So Veilleux just went down into the locker room. Still, we're going to wait on how this all will shake out here. I would imagine that will be it for the antics. You've taken off pretty much everybody who would get involved, except maybe Jacob Schnapp. Batita's going to come to serve some sort of penalty. It's a 2-minute minor assessed to Demi Christo and a 2-minute minor to Roman Kramer. Those are the only calls on the board just now. So it looks like after all that, we're going to skate just 4-on-4. Neither team a man up. Final 70 seconds to play. Here in this matinee on Sunday, things finally coming to a boil here in the closing moments. Hugo Koch heading to the goal. Big save made by Babic. 55 seconds to go. Johansson locked up in the end wall with Blacksmith. Connor Craig picks it up off the wall. 3-on-2 brewing for the Thunderbirds. Pomelian reels it in. Up ahead to Blacksmith, touch to Koch. 35 seconds left. Koch ridden into the wall by Johansson. Up ahead to Keeley, and here come the Cowbells. White will shoot it in. Pomelian up ahead to Blacksmith. Blacksmith across the blue line. Lost the handle. One last rush for Kason Gallant. 5 seconds to go. Gallant. Keeley sends it down low, and that will do it. Twin City Thunderbirds take this one by a final of 6-3. They sweep the 3-3. They sweep the season series and inch 3 points closer to the PD Ice Cats in the playoff picture. PD and Monroe tied at 0 in the first period. That game finally underway. Final shot totals 54-27. Twin City leads in that regard against the Biloxi Breakers, and that will do it for our weekend series here on the road in Winston-Salem. Final score one last time. The Twin City Thunderbirds 6, the Biloxi Breakers 3. Appreciate everybody joining into our broadcast here throughout the weekend. On behalf of our entire crew, my name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, saying so long, and always remember to live the dream.